Well, fuck me, I watched it. I watched the Super Bowl 60, and the Seattle Seahawks defeated the Patriots 29-13. If you're not an NFL fan, which I'm not really, because I don't fully understand why they've got to have 600 people on each team. But anyway, it's not quite that many on each team, but it's about 60 because they have the defense, the offense, the refrench, the reference. I don't fucking know, but it's a strange old game. But they play for about 10 or 12 seconds, or even less, and they all stand around and chat to each other, and then these blokes walk off, and these blokes walk on, and then they sit down and they did go into a huddle and they yell out numbers and they all run around and they throw the ball and then they start again. So the actual game, it lasted for about just over 4 hours from when it began to when it finished. But the actual play time, some guy did the maths for me, I wasn't doing it. I worked out at about 20 minutes of actual play. It's a strange old game, isn't it? Anyway, well done to the what's his name, the Seattle Seahawks, and that's their second Super Bowl. And so congratulations. It's a pretty good win too, 29-13. I know fuck all about NFL, but anyway, congratulations if you're a Seahawk fan. The halftime show where there was a guy called Bad Bugs Bunny or something, running around, jumping up and down and singing in Spanish. I thought was pretty fucking awful. But then I'm 84, so I would, wouldn't I? And now he's the most streamed artist out there in the world. And here I am, a guy who likes fucking music that we can actually understand. But that's only mean that's us old fogies, and you know we're not long for this world anyway. What with things that are going on in the world, it's a fucked up world we live in. I just want to talk very briefly here in the UK, and I've got to mention it. Everybody else has mentioned it about 500 times. You can't get away from it because everybody's fucking talking about it and driving me potty. It's all about Keir Starmer and the Epstein files, and did he know about it, and did Mandelson know about it, and did he? I mean, come on, you're the Prime Minister of the country. You did due diligence on him when you appointed him as the ambassador to the US. And remember, I said on a TikTok about it, that was the stupidest thing he could possibly have done. This man is totally unsuitable for that position. And of course, eventually he has to resign and still got 3 months' salary on top of that. But anyway, and that is ongoing. Now, if the man had any decency in his body, Keir Starmer, he would resign. He would resign immediately. Who would he hand over to, though? Who would take over the Labour Party, which is one awful party, and we've got them for another 3.5 fucking years, believe it or not, because you voted them in because the Conservatives fucked up so badly. And now they're all on GB News, those Conservatives, earning a fortune, and that's unwatchable now. I can't watch it. If I hear bloody Rees-Mogg pontificating here, and he was one of the bloody culprits, and Nigel Farage. Oh, yes, an interesting story. Here we go. Nigel Farage. Now, he's the leader of the Reform Party. Everybody's going on about reform this and reform that, and he's the leader. He's got He's got about 12 different jobs he has. He's the he's the MP for Clacton. He's hardly ever there, apparently. And his earnings on top of his salary as an MP, which is about 90 odd thousand a year, amounting to well over £1 million a year. I mean, he represents so many different things now, and list all of his all the jobs. I mean, it's staggering, and it does make me wonder. I've always had my suspicions about Nige. There's something about him, and I'm thinking to myself, ooh, I don't know about reform, and a lot of people now are noticing all this, and it really is quite staggering. I mean, his highest earning role at the moment is, of course, as a presenter on GB News, with multiple payments, huge amounts of money. 12 hours in December of 2025, and he got 37,000 quid for that. That's not bad, is it? I mean, huge amounts of money. Some of his social speaking engagements, he gets like 30,000 quid for 2 hours of speaking. Unbelievable. I mean, I'd go and fucking do a speech for 2 hours, no trouble at all. 30,000, gosh, I'd do it for 10,000. But I mean, it's mind blowing. It does worry me about Nigel Farage, and it puts me off reform. And I quite honestly am now very, very reticent about who I'd vote for. It certainly wouldn't be the Labor Party. It certainly won't be for that dreadful Lib Dems after what I said yesterday about fucking Sir Ed Davey and his role and his conniving role in the post office scandal, still ongoing here in the UK. A horrible man. And you Lib Dems, you should realise what a terrible leader he is and what he did to those people and is still doing. He has no shame whatsoever. Shame on you, Liberal Dems. The Greens, you're a joke. You want to make us pay more. I just got my bill for my electricity. It's from Eon. It's gone up to £180 a month now from 115 because it's winter and I actually have the temerity to put the fucking lights on. Our heating is done by oil. So, it's fucking bullshit now, tiny little house. It is unbelievable. Thank you very much, Ed Miliband, for all this net zero bullshit, which of course is bullshit. We've got all the coal in the ground here. We could have cheap bloody coal-fired power stations producing cheap electricity for all of us and they could halve your price. But of course you can't do that. You've got to have these disgusting, monstrous bloody wind farms that he's insisting on. And why are we putting up with this bullshit? All these dreadful wind farms, which only work if it's windy. If it's not windy, they don't work. If it's too windy, they don't work because they'll destroy themselves. And then you got solar farms, equally as unpleasant, and only work when the sun's out, which wouldn't have been fucking good today, would it? In the last week or 6 weeks even. I mean, January and February have been fucking miserable with the overcast weather that we've had and the amount of rain we've had. But anyway, that's beside the point. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, people just go on about greenness and green that. What do they mean by that, for Christ's sake? What do they mean by, electric vehicles? They've been a disaster. So electric vehicle sales have plummeted. Would you buy an electric vehicle? And also, they're very expensive. And of course, at one stage, you got free road tax. That's going to finish next year. And quite rightly so. They weigh fucking 2 tonnes. Do you know what I think that one of the things a priority for this government should be? Fixing the potholes in your local streets. Fixing the potholes. There's a guy on TikTok here, and he did a meme, and he was going around filming potholes in some of the streets in his area in the UK, just one area. I think it was in the Birmingham area, actually. There you were, Labour government, anyway. Beside the point. Some of the fucking holes, I mean, you'd lose a bus in them. Really is a problem in the UK, and the amount of money they make from the fuel tax in the UK, billions a year, that should be going to fixing the potholes they make. We've got a tiny little country with hardly any, distance of roads is nothing. Our roads should be like fucking beautiful. There should not be a pothole anywhere. But the government is spending more money on fucking foreign aid, which they should stop immediately, in spending all that money on illegal immigrants who are pouring over the border and getting everything for free, and turning their back on their local people, particularly the poor old veterans, some of whom are homeless, can't get accommodation, and people who have been on council waiting lists for years are given, and these immigrants come over here and are given priority over them. That is shameful. No government should allow that to happen to their own people, the people who have paid taxes, the people who have worked hard in this country. It's wrong. And people of my age still paying their taxes. And that tax goes up because we're getting a triple lock. And I saw that article the other day, and some arsehole on one of the TV channels going on about pensioners don't deserve the triple lock. They don't deserve the triple lock. Some young guy, probably in his 30s, I tell you what, if I'd been on that panel, I'd have taken him outside and given him a good fucking talking to, you know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That's fucking disgusting the way they talked about pensioners in the UK. We are the lifeblood of this country, and my parents and your parents made this country great. And now look at us. Our defence forces cut to the bone now. We couldn't even... I was reading an article of one of the former generals, and he said we couldn't put 10,000 frontline troops on the front line if there was a war somewhere. 10,000 with all the support that's necessary. That's how we've cut the shit out of our military and our navy and our army. And we've got like 140 combat aircraft in the mighty RAF. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And our navy, what a joke. We've got about 12 frontline vessels, that's it. And those 2 ridiculous conventionally powered aircraft carriers. I've talked about that before. I would have got rid of them and put something else in their place. But we're stuck with them now, and those F-35s, which cost an absolute arm and a leg. Running out of time. It's lovely. It's late on Monday afternoon. I love you all. Thank you very much. I wasn't going to make a TikTok today because I was feeling a bit angry about things. But I'm okay now.